What's happening, y'all? J.R. Raymond back again, coming to you from my recliner at home, where I bet you most y'all didn't know that I was on a TV show this summer. We taped it at the beginning of April. There's 2 sessions, one being in the Bowling Center, one being out on the lake. And it's a show called The Bassquatch Hunter, and it finally aired on TV on the Pursuit channel, and it's also on YouTube now. And I have the show right here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to watch it together, and we will kind of just talk a little bit through it and just, kind of do it like a reaction video. So for those of you who haven't seen it, here it is, and hope you enjoy. This show was actually a lot of fun, doing some fishing, doing some bowling, teaching somebody about bowling, teaching him about what I do while he's teaching me about what he does as a professional fisherman. And he does this a lot. He does this with a lot of different athletes, a lot of different professions. He's done it with the firemen. He did it with Mojo in the Morning here, one of the radio show hosts. He did it with, professional hockey players, professional baseball players, UFC fighters, stuff like that. So when he knew some people around, and he asked around, some professional bowlers and people that he should get in touch with, a lot of the people that he knew mentioned me. So he got in touch with me. He came over to the shop and we talked, and this is what we came up with. So we're going to watch this. Hope you enjoy, and we'll talk through it a little bit.
When I wanted to do a bowling episode, I knew I had to look no further than professional bowler J.R. Raymond. Now in this show, we take people out fishing and teach them how to do what I do, but then I try to keep up with them in their world too. So today, we're gonna see how good JR can teach me how to throw a bowling ball, and how good I can teach JR how to throw a fishing bait.
This was so much fun. Dave Landau, that was another guest he had. Really prevalent comedian. NASCAR drivers he's had. Mike's a cool cat.
The Bassquatch Hunter. The Bassquatch Hunter is brought to you by FX Custom Rods. Quality, precision, performance. Sot Ford and DealsInTheD.com. Abu Garcia. Yak Gear. Feel Free Kayaks. Railblazer. Hold Everything. Berkeley.
It's got a lot of
Your
sponsors.
Fish. Our Sons. Scales Fish Attractant. See the
That stuff
difference.
works.
Produced by M1
He actually uses it
Studios.
in this show.
This is Mike McKinstry, the host of The Bassquatch Hunter, and I'm here with a really cool guest today.
My name's J.R. Raymond with Bowler X Pro Shop and Training Center.
So JR is a professional bowler, and I brought him in my world today to show him what it's like to fish for a living, and hopefully we're going to get some really good fish today. But right after this, I'm going to go in his world, and we're going to be on dry land, and he's going to show me how to bowl, and hopefully give me some pointers and make me a better bowler. I'm super excited for that. So hopefully we don't strike out fishing today.
Nah, I'll teach you how to fish too. It's cool.
All right. So join us on the water, guys, and we're going to get some good fish. So before we hit the water, I brought some goodies for you. So I got a dry bag for you. This is from Feel Free. It's a dry tube. It's a 5-liter dry tube, so you can put like a jacket in there, some spare clothes, phone, keys, anything you need, and roll it up, and it's fully waterproof.
That's pretty cool.
You can put that in your kayak, use it for your boat, whatever you do. Then also, since I know you have a 5-year-old son, super cool kid. I've met him before at the bowling alley. Got him a fishing rod, and this is from Shakespeare. It's called Customize It. And what's cool about this is it comes with a sticker pack where they can decorate the rod and personalize it and make it their own.
That's awesome.
Some fish stickers right there, put their name on it, and you can also use permanent marker on it. So that way you can have something that encourages your son to go fishing with you more too.
Very cool. Awesome. I'm sure he's going to love that. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, we'll have to bring him out one time.
Yeah, we'll get him out.
All right,
Thanks.
let's go some fish.
Let's do it.
You just flip this up, turn this straight so it drops down.
This is my first time
It'll
being
drop
in a
down into the
kayak
water.
of any kind.
Splash
These
right
were
here,
pedal
so that's
kayaks, which actually is pretty cool. The only issue that I had was my seat sat so low that it felt like my feet were above me, and that made it very tough. Like where you can see his seat sits up, so his feet are below him. I think if I was sitting up more with my
All
feet
right, so
below
I'm
me,
fishing
it would've
along
been
this
better.
drop off right here. We're at
Hurt my back.
67-degree water temps almost, 66.5, 66.6. And I'm throwing to this drop off right now, so I'm sitting in about 4 foot of clear water, and I'm casting into about 15 or 16 foot of water. So the visibility is about 10, 12 foot. So I want to cast just below that visibility line and then bring my bait up that drop off. A big aggressive rock bass.
Ah, you got a little guy.
Yeah, I told you it was Rock City over here, man. These rock bass are aggressive over here. Look at that. One of my favorite things about this fish is that as soon as you make contact with them, they do that really crazy tight vibration wobble. But it's a really cool fish. It's actually not related to the bass at all, but they're called rock bass. But it's such a beautiful.
Bright red eyes.
Let's go. Such an aggressive fish. Such an aggressive fish.
Yeah, a lot of the rock bass we caught were actually, they
There
fought
you go.
harder than
That's
some
a
of the
little
bigger
one,
bass
too.
we caught.
That's a rock bass, though. You get that little tight wobble?
Yeah,
Those things are so cool.
there's a little guy. You're
Your
so
first
cute.
rock bass, too.
Yeah, it's cool.
Be
All right,
gone,
you broke
fishy.
the seal. You got your first kayak fish.
Yeah, right. We're cruising. We rocking.
See how high my feet are? That was
Let's
uncomfortable.
roll. Oh, we got fish. Fish on. A big old bass.
Yeah, it wasn't that big.
There we go.
Not that big, but
All right.
decent little bass.
There we go. That guy. How's that?
There you go, man.
It's a good looking bass right there, boys.
So I have to ask, how'd it feel in the kayak catching a bass?
Actually not too bad. I like it. I mean, you're closer to the water, so you kind of feel like you're right on top of everything, so it's pretty cool.
Did you feel it pull you a little bit too?
Yeah, I mean, obviously. I mean,
Yeah, that's the coolest part, is seeing that kayak turn when a bass hits.
Yeah.
You're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
You get to like really respect the power those things have.
yeah, for sure. All right, buddy.
So when the bite starts slowing down, or I'm having a hard time with fish committing to the bait, even though I'm using scented bait from Berkeley here, I like using an extra additive. So this is Scales Fish Attractant. You guys see me use this all the time.
He literally
this
puts
is
it
an
on,
awesome scent. This is
catches
bait fish scent.
a big
but
bass
also
right
has a
after
really cool
first cast.
shimmer to it. It's got a little magic powder in there that makes it look like fish scales falling off of my bait, so it attracts fish visually and by scent. So I'll take this, I hold it over the water so my kayak doesn't smell like fish, and I just put a couple drops on that side and that side. And what that's gonna do is create a little bit of a attractant around my bait when I throw it in the water. So hopefully this will help me get another fish. It's a good one, it's a good one. Oh, it's a really good bass too. Look at that thing pull.
See his boat moving.
Dude, my rod is buried.
Fish pulling him around.
Yes.
It's a pretty big,
Yes.
pretty big
Oh,
fish
boy.
there.
All right, check this out. This is a Bassquatch right here. Perfect hook set in the side of the mouth. Lost my bait though, but man, totally worth it. This is an incredible fish. That's what we're looking for right here. A nice largemouth bass like that, nice and healthy. Beautiful fish. And that right there is why I use that bait attractant right there too. I threw some of the Scales bait attractant on there. My next cast caught this monster fish. That right there is why I love using every tool that I have at my disposal to catch more fish. Super cool. All right, let him go. Man, good fish. That's an awesome fish.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
pretty sweet.
All right, your turn, man.
Stay tuned. You don't want to miss what's next. The Bassquatch Hunter will be right back.
Here we go. Fish on.
We actually hammered
that's a
him
good
pretty
fighter,
good this
too.
day.
That's a good fighter.
This is where we catch 3 in a row. But we hammered
This is why I
him
love the
pretty
titanium
good.
rod from FX Custom Rods. Is look at the power on
We
this
only
thing.
showed like the 4 or 5 we caught on
rod loads
camera
up
here,
so
but
nice.
we there's a good dozen,
Yes,
a couple dozen.
there we go. perfect hook set. I'm using that a Berkeley General right now, which is baby bass color on a wacky rig, and it's just hammering these bass out here. Not bad at all. It's a nice bass though. Cast it up on the shore and just let it fall off the drop off, and they're hitting. All right, go tell your friends that was nice. All right.
Fish on.
Here we go. There we go.
Hey, he's a good one.
So JR is using the Berkeley cash out bait on a 16th ounce half round head, and I'm using the Berkeley General. So we're using two different size baits, and they're both producing.
Not huge. He's not a Bassquatch,
He's a little Bassquatch.
but he's a baby Bassquatch that's going to turn into a Bassquatch here eventually. There you go.
He's a Bassquatch in training.
See you later, buddy.
Fish on.
Oh, baby.
So this is all within like
Fish
3
on.
minutes.
Let me back up.
Yeah, buddy.
Now we're getting him.
Yes. Oh, come on.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Big boy there.
Yes. Look at that. Look at that perfect top of the mouth hook set too. Look at that. Another nice Bassquatch right there. We're on him today, man. This has been a streak right here. It never happens when we're filming. The cameras are to scare the fish away, but we're on a streak 3 in a row right here. Beautiful fish. Beautiful. All right, go. There you go. Good swim off.
I like fishing all around. So fishing anywhere and anytime I get a chance to go, it's good. So I'm just not an expert, you know. I don't know anything about all the baits and stuff. I just throw whatever I'm told to throw that is working at the time and kind of go with that. I think I've caught, well, until I just ratted up my line. But he's caught what, 4? I've caught 3, so I think we're doing all right. But I'm definitely better at bowling than he is at fishing.
Yeah, I love to.
Another decent fish. Trying to get,
Those red eyes. I love the red eyes.
that's
You see
not
the
the
red
one I
eyes
just
in
caught
them?
right there, but
Those are sweet.
it's hard to. The one thing fishing out of a kayak is trying
later,
to
buddy.
reach the fish
He's probably the one that was
and get him by
hammering
the
me for a bit over there, and I couldn't get him.
It flaring or it flopping around and then the hook getting
Fish
you.
on.
Try not to get the hook in your hand.
Oh, it's a good fighter too. That feels like a big rock bass. That feels like a big rock bass. And it is a big rock bass. Look at the size of that thing.
Big old rock bass.
All right, here's my favorite part, the speed wobble. I mean, that's a pretty big rock bass right there. I mean, as far as rock bass go, I mean, that's about as big as you're gonna get right there. So what got you into bowling? Like, it's not really something you hang up posters on your wall when you're a kid. It's not that kind of sport. So, like, what got you into it?
No, it was, for me, it was one of my stepdads. I say one of my stepdads because my mom's been married a couple of times, but he was pretty big into bowling. I mean, he wasn't great. He was a 170 average guy, but he took me to league night one night, and we were kind of just sitting there, or I was just sitting there watching and stuff, and I kind of really got into it. I went and I started practicing a little bit, and I was that kid that would sit there and kind of practice the release, trying to learn how to curve it and stuff, and I'm on the carpet while they're bowling league and everything. I got into it at high school, and then I realized I was pretty good at it, and then I decided, okay, I'm gonna go to college, and the best college in the state was, best college in the country at the time was Saginaw Valley.
For bowling?
Yeah, I got into it, and I'm like, I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna check this out, and so I wanna go to school here. And I went to a tryout with him, and he literally told me how horrible I was. He's like, you wouldn't even make my C team, let alone my A team.
Sometimes it's the best motivation. Though.
Oh, you have no idea
I've
what
had that
that
so many
did for
times in
me.
my life, and I was like, really? I'll show you.
This guy, he made me so mad that I literally spent every dollar in every waking moment for the next, like, I don't know, 4 years trying to get better. And I was
to prove it,
bowling
just to
every
get him
turn
back.
just to prove that I was better than what he thought.
Like your biggest motivator for since you were a kid even was almost the negative part of it.
Oh yeah, so like
you took every negative from when you were a kid not being included in the bowling part to being an adult and being told you weren't good enough,
Yep.
and being an older adult being told you weren't good enough.
Yeah, now with my YouTube channel, I get all the negative comments and stuff, and I love those comments.
Yeah.
I love when they come in because,
Yeah.
you know, last year it was all the same thing. Get all the negative comments, growing the channel and everything, and then I was Player of the Year for the PBA Central Region. So it's like, keep them coming.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's just
Like,
motivation for you.
all these people that complain about haters and stuff, it's like I try to poke and pry at them a little bit
Yeah.
to try to get them to come back around because it just
That's what you feed off of. That's
Yeah.
your fuel.
Well, it was pretty
Well,
cool.
I can't wait to see your world after this, and I get to have you tell me I'm not as good as you, so I can try to get better. I can use that as my motivator to be a better
you go.
bowler. So,
There you go.
all right, let's get some more fish,
Yeah.
man.
All right, let's go.
Nope, it's a largemouth.
Oh, a little hard.
Ah, you son of a.
That's what you
Oh,
don't
that
want
got
to
me
have.
good.
Uh-oh.
That got me good.
That's what you worry about.
That little guy right there caused all that trouble, and you can see the thumb there, but it's got the nice hook in the thumb too on the way up. All right, let this one go. Hopefully, get some bigger ones now.
These things do cruise pretty good.
There we go. Probably gonna call this our last fish of the day, but we had an awesome time. Probably caught over 30 fish between the two of us. Had a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to go in JR's world. And instead of throwing some fish, throwing some bowling balls. All right, so man, that was an awesome time on the water, dude. I think we might have tied. We'll call it a draw on numbers.
I was gonna say, man, those very last two probably caught me up, I think. So
Yeah, either put you ahead or caught you up either way.
we'll call it a tie.
So how do you think it's gonna go going to your world next, man? How do you think I'm gonna do?
I don't think you're gonna do as well as I did in this world.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So let's head to the bowling alley. Thank you guys for watching. We had a great time on the water, and I got to show JR my world of fishing, but now we're gonna go hit the lanes, and instead of throwing fish, we're gonna throw bowling balls, and we're gonna see how we do in his world. So, you ready?
Let's do it. Let's
All
go.
right, let's go.
Stay tuned. You don't want to miss what's next. The Bassquatch Hunter will be right back.
All right, so we had a great time on the water, but now I'm in JR's world, and I have to try to do what he does. So I think he's gonna show me how to bowl a little bit and teach me how to do that. So awesome job, man.
Yeah, we're gonna try. We're at Bowler X Pro Shop and Training Center. Now we're gonna try and do some things inside the lanes because I had a great time on the water. Now I'm gonna try to show you what I do.
All right, let's see how I do. I'm kind of nervous right now, but let's go see how I do.
All right.
We actually taped all this part before we went out to the water. We did this in April, and we didn't do the water part out on the lake for a couple months after. End of May, maybe, I think.
So the practice was a lot of fun. Warm-up was good. I appreciate the instruction, but now I kind of want to see how the student matches up to the teacher. I want to bowl a real game against you. Now, I don't think I'm going to beat you or anything, but I just want to see if I can compete at least. What do you think?
I think I don't like your chances, but we'll give it a try. It'll be fun though.
All right, cool. Let's go.
And we weren't bowling on a house pattern, that's why.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Dude,
Hustling.
I'm digging the sound of it, though. Ooh.
That was not nice.
I just won a frame. I won the first frame. Thank you. We can stop bowling now.
Now
We
you're
can
gonna
stop
make it
bowling
fair.
now. And right now,
fair.
I'm beating a professional bowler right now. Everyone knows that.
This was like a long 48-foot pattern.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Do you guys smell that? Do you smell turkey dinner somewhere?
That'd be a
I gotta
six-pack,
I
boys.
gotta like trip you or something.
Like you had me nervous to start. Just kidding. That was just a joke.
So you know it's bad when my score shows a number and his score doesn't show a number yet. That's how you know it's bad. It's not good for me right now.
You got a 3-bagger out there and 2 9s. I mean, you haven't had an open frame yet. That's pretty good.
Man.
Yeah, this was just after the blue coral came out and before the big flip.
There it is. There it is.
Come on.
Oh,
That was just robbery.
I don't know about that.
I gotta see my
That's
walls.
where you got to learn the intricacies of bowling.
I gotta get my wallets gone because I got robbed.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
No pressure.
Come on, one more.
Ah, it felt weird.
Might get it. Let's go, baby.
It
Come
felt
on.
weird.
Come on.
My
Nice
wrist,
to
my
five.
wrist wobbled.
That's okay. That's okay.
All right, so that was a great time, man. I actually did better than I thought against you. I only lost by, what, 56 pins?
Yeah, that's not bad. That's okay.
I mean, in all honesty, though, it sounds like a lot, but going against someone who is far more talented than me.
Well, and you
it's
got
not
to
that
think, this wasn't like a typical league pattern either. So you could have done even better if it was just a normal league pattern.
Yeah, I mean, that's what held me back, obviously.
Obviously,
I mean,
that's what made it
it must have
work,
been
yeah.
the rotator and the, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
My bowling fluid was low.
Right.
So, but I also know that I have a 21-year-old ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you mentioned earlier that the technology's changed a whole lot from like the balls you're using compared to the ball that I have.
Right.
And I think that might make a difference too.
Quite a bit.
I mean, I think if I was using newer technology, newer equipment, maybe I'd have a better shot.
You might get worse as you get a new bowling ball because it's just so dramatically different from
Yeah.
what you're used to. But eventually, as you got used to it, it'd get a lot
It makes technique easier.
Right. Because the newer bowling balls and the cores and the covers, they hit harder.
Okay.
They're made out of different materials. So they have the ability of going through the pins better, gripping the lane better. With all the different oils, the oils have changed over the years. 20 years of this game, you got different oils, you got different lanes. This is an older lane surface. You know, even the ball returns, the scoring, everything has changed.
Yeah.
I know that doesn't really affect the game too much, but everything in bowling has changed over the last 50
Except
years.
my 21-year-old bowling ball.
Except for your bowling.
Yeah, so
it's been
why
the
don't we
same.
put this 21-year-old ball down and go over to the Bowler X showroom over here to show me what the new technology is and what you would suggest I could use to the way I throw the ball too.
And we did a whole
All right, let's go.
video on me finding his PAP and tracking everything and drilling
We
them
come
over
here
for him.
and we have
Jeez,
Which is
it's like
pretty
a
cool.
bowling
That
candy
video's
store.
on YouTube as well.
This is my sanctuary. This is where I am every day. Everybody has an option for something.
Yeah.
No matter if they're a new bowler, if they're an older bowler, if they're an advanced bowler, we've got it for you.
Well, it's
If we
just
don't
like
have it
fishing. There's a
here-
different tool for every part of the job, and using the right tool will make you more efficient.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
So, but most people walk in and they see they're all round. They're just a round ball. You're just chucking it down the lane. They have no idea that.
That's what I see. I see some pretty
Right.
balls. Like, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. That looks cool.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the
But they're
difference
all made of different materials. They have different cores, you know, and then the more intricate part is when we put holes in it, we got to know, you know, the bowler, his numbers, the PAP, which is positive access point. And there's all kinds of axis tilt, axis rotation, all that stuff. We pride ourselves on making sure we teach people, you know, and that's, they find my YouTube channel and they always see the teaching and the stuff from there, and then that's how they find us over here. Which is
So
pretty
are
much
all
kinda
these
how you found me.
all these balls and more are all available at bowlerx.com.
BowlerX.com, yep, or you just come right in here to this shop.
I'm gonna go check out BowlerX and I'm gonna look for some new gear and come back, learn what you taught me and practice it, come back and see if I can keep up a little bit better.
Yeah, good
So
luck.
thank you for showing me all the tricks.
All right, man.
I appreciate it a lot. And thanks for coming on the show. I
Yeah,
had a great
it's
time.
fun. It's great.
So hope you guys liked it all. Make sure you check the bottom of the screen right here and you'll see a link to go find JR on social media. Also for bowlerx.com. It's also right here on the bottom. You can see bowlerx.com and see all this great gear and more. You can find a place that will get you custom fitted for everything. If you're in this area of Waterford, Michigan, come see JR in person and he'll get you set up the way you need to. So thank you very much for checking it out. Make sure you guys check Instagram too for behind the scenes footage from today's episode, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks a lot. Improved a little bit, at least.
Done drop my towel. And drop my towel. Wicked.
No!
What, was it just a tool?
My Allen wrench, yeah.
Oh, man. Hate to laugh, but that was kind of fun.
I don't have a spare.
There's a blooper reel.
Yeah.
Follow us on social media to catch more fish.
So yeah, so that was kind of cool. I mean, just a short little episode, nothing major, but it was pretty neat. Like getting to do something like that was pretty cool. We can spend a day on the water, day in the lanes, teaching somebody who he bowls a little bit, but he's not, not in tune with everything that we do. So laying out a ball for him, finding his PAP, teaching him a little bit, like he learned a lot there, and it was pretty cool. And he goes bowling all the time now. He comes up to Waterford Lanes and practices all the time now with his Nova. We got him new shoes, new bag, all that stuff for him. So it was pretty neat. So for those of you that didn't know about this show, here you go. Now you get a chance to watch it. So I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all watching, and until next time, we'll see you guys later.